Okay, so in this video, let's go over a use case where we need to provide some kind of report for our of our roadmap to stakeholders, right? For example, we have a project or we have some plans that consist of epics, that consist of some roadmap, right? And we want to share the progress of that roadmap with stakeholders, right? So first of all, I gotta say that in Deep Planner, there is a board which is called like dashboard, where you can already see pretty much everything you need to know about the current status of the roadmap. For example, you can see the Gantt chart, like observe epics, like and the status of epics, which ones are already completed, which are still in progress, which are at risk, and or which ones are scheduled for the future, right? And it's pretty intuitively clear, like what this signs mean here, right? Like you can, based on icons, you can see which items may need attention, right? And to depict it even more, in the bottom of the page, you can see the status kind of table, right, where each team has a list of items that they're currently focusing on, right, and the list of completed epics also grouped by each particular team, right? So you can basically see how each team is progressing and what items they're focusing on right now at this point. But let's talk about the way to export that data, let's say to send it over to someone like a CEO or maybe some stakeholder which requests the current status, the current progress of the milestone, right? So we can actually go to reports, and there is a very cool and convenient report called Roadmap Summary Report. So what you need to do is you need just to select this milestone, this time box you need to focus on, and you'll get basically all the same information plus more in the format of the report, right? So we'll have like Gantt chart, teams that participate in this particular milestone, right? You have team engagement. There's basically a chart which displays how every team at which point how much they commit to this plan, right? And how much they're involved into that plan. And basically the details of each particular epic that contain like scheduled dates, like scheduled start date, scheduled end date, status, and basically the teams that are currently assigned responsible for that epic, right, for that work. Now, what if I need to share this information from this report with external stakeholders? So it's actually pretty easy to do by using the feature export to PDF. So it conveniently allows you to have that in all that information in the format of a file, right? So as you can see, it contains pretty much the same information about epics, about this status of all of them, right? And the overall work description in the format of a PDF document. Another um, Another reason why it is convenient to have all the information from the report in a PDF view is because you can use a very cool feature in PDF Reader called AI Assistant, right? So basically you can ask any questions about the document, and since this document contains a lot of useful information about epics, about status, so you can ask really like to get insights really quickly, right? So for example, I can ask, are there any delayed epics? Are there any delayed epics? Let's say this, right? And then the system will analyze my report. And here you go. It basically told me that there is one delayed epic, right? And we can see it's actually marked as delayed on the schedule, right? And has scheduled dates, right? And teams assigned, right? And I can actually try to clarify more information about that topic, like who is responsible and manager. Okay, and here you go. It basically told me that the responsible manager is John Stevens, and I can actually we can see that it's actually let's see, it's actually true, right? So I can reach out to this person and ask about the status of this epic, like why it's delayed, like what can be done with that, and we can figure out some strategy, right? Like if I am a CEO of, if I am like a stakeholder, which I don't want to spend a lot of time just, looking through this document, I can just quickly use this summary AI assistant and then reach out to the team member or the team manager just to understand better context on one particular epic that has a problematic status. That's it for this video. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll be eager to help.